You are welcome to African Tale by Favor. Please like and subscribe. Please subscribe.
In the heart of a bustling city, where skyscrapers reached for the cloud and the streets were always alive with hum of traffic and the buzz of people, there lived a young woman named Nora. Nora was a beacon of beauty and intelligence, admired by all who knew her. Her presence commanded attention. She was not just a woman of remarkable beauty, but also a well-educated and hardworking professional who had carved out a successful career for herself in the corporate world. Every morning, Nora would walk through the city, crowded streets to her office, her head held high, her steps confident. She was a picture of elegance and determination, and people often turned to catch a glimpse of her as she passed by. She was respected by her colleagues, her hard work ethics, and admired by many for her grace and poise. One evening, as Nora was walking her way home from work, her life took an unexpected turn. She had just stepped out of her office building when she noticed a man waiting by the entrance. His name was Obiora, a well-known engineer in the city, who had admired Nora from afar for a long time. Obiora was a man of status and success, but he had always been too shy to approach Nora, fearing that she might not notice him amidst the many who sought her attention. But on this day, Obiora mustered the courage to speak to her. As Nora walked past, Obiora took a deep breath and approached her. "Good evening, Nora," he said, his voice steady despite his nervousness he felt. Nora turned to him with a warm smile. "Good evening, Obiora," she replied. "How are you?" "I'm fine, thank you," Obiora responded, feeling a surge of confidence. "I've seen you around the city many times, and I must say I've always admired your grace and strength. I was wondering if you might allow me the pleasure of getting to know you better." Nora was taken aback by his directness, but she found his sincerity refreshing. She had always known Obiora to be a respected figure in the city, and there was something about his demeanor that intrigued her. "I would like that, Obiora," she said after a moment. "Perhaps we could have a dinner together sometimes." Obiora's face lighted up with joy. "That would be wonderful," he said, unable to hide his excitement, and so their relationship began. They started seeing each other regularly, spending time in the city's finest restaurants and attending cultural events together. Nora found herself growing fond of Obiora. He was charming, intelligent, and treated her with the utmost respect. They shared stories about their lives, their dreams, and their ambitions. As the weeks turned into months, their bond deepened, and it wasn't long before Obiora realized that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with Nora. One evening, after a romantic dinner by the riverside, Obiora took Nora's hand in his and looked into her eyes. "Nora," he began, his voice filled with emotion, "I've never met anyone like you. You are everything I've ever wanted in a partner. Beautiful, smart, kind, and strong. Will you marry me?" Nora was overwhelmed with emotion. She had grown to love Obiora deeply, and the thought of spending her life with him filled her with happiness. "Yes, Obiora," she whispered, her eyes glistening with tears of joy. "I will marry you." Their wedding was a grand affair held in one of the city's most prestigious venues. Friends and family gathered to celebrate their union, and the couple looked radiant as they exchanged their vows. It was a day filled with love and laughter, and for a while it seemed as though nothing could ever go wrong. But life has a way of testing even the strongest bond. A few months into their marriage, Obiora began to grow uncomfortable with Nora's demanding work schedule. He loved having her by his side, but her long hours at the office left little time for them to be together. One evening, as they sat down for dinner, Obiora voiced his concern. "Nora, I've been thinking," he said. "He's too serious. I don't like how much time your job takes away from you. I would want us to spend more time together to focus on building our family. I think it's time you consider stepping back from your work. Nora was taken aback. Obiora, my work is important to me. I've worked hard to get to where I am, and I enjoy what I do, she replied, trying to keep her voice calm. I understand that, Nora, but I'm worried about our future, Obiora continues. I've started a small business beside our home. We can run it for here. We can run it from here and still have time for our family. Nora hesitated. She had always valued her independence and the fulfillment her career brought her, but she also loved Obiora and wanted to make their marriage work. Reluctantly, she agreed to his suggestion, hoping it would strengthen their relationship. However, as time passed, Nora found herself struggling with the changes. She missed the excitement and challenges of her old job. The small business had started for her was not what she had envisioned for herself, and she felt her sense of self slipping away. Then Nora became pregnant. At first, she was overjoyed, looking forward to the arrival of their child. But as months went by, her body began to change, and with Obiora's attitude, Nora's once glowing skin grew pale. Her figure lost its slimness, and she became tired and withdrawn. Obiora, who had once showered her with love and affection, began to grow distant. One evening, as Nora was resting on the couch, Obiora came home late. He barely glanced at her before heading to the bedroom. Obiora, is everything alright? Obiora, is everything alright? Nora asked, sensing his coldness. I'm fine, he replied, cutely not meeting her eyes. Are you sure? Nora pressed, feeling a peg of anxiety. Obiora sighed, his frustration evident. Nora, I don't know how to say this, but you've changed. You're not the woman I fell in love with. Nora felt a sharp pain in her chest. What do you mean? I'm still the same person, Obiora. I'm just going through a lot right now with the pregnancy. But it's more than that, Obiora sniffed. You've let yourself go and I can't stand it. I need someone who can keep up with me, who can look the part of my wife. Tears welled up in Nora's eyes, but she tried to hold them back. I'm doing my best, Obiora. I'm carrying our child, and it's not easy. I thought you understand that. Maybe I did, Obiora muttered, but I didn't sign up for this. Days turned into weeks, and Obiora treatment for Nora grew harsher. He criticizes her appearance, belittles her efforts, and made her feel worthless. The love that had once filled their home was replaced by tension and resentment. One day, as Nora was preparing dinner, Obiora came home with a woman by his side. She was young, beautiful, and full of life, the exact opposite of what Nora had become. Nora, this is Amara, Obiora said, his tone indifferent. She will be staying with us for a while. Nora was stunned. What do you mean, staying with us? Obiora looked at her coldly. Amara is my second wife. She'll be living here from now on. Nora's heart shattered into pieces. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. How could you do this to me, Obiora? I've given you everything. I left everything for you. I left my job for you. Now I'm carrying our child. Even the changes my body is going on, it's because of the pregnancy. Your child, my child. Obiora shrieked unconcerned. You've changed, Nora. I need someone who can keep up with me. Someone who still has the beauty and energy. Someone who can go out with me and party with me. Someone who I can wake up from in the morning and see the beauty of the day in her face. I'm not this old looking hazard look you have. You have lost it all, Nora, and I can't cope. Nora felt the world closing on her. The man she had loved with all her heart had betrayed her in the worst possible way. She was left to fend for herself all through the end semester of her pregnancy. And the woman, Amara, never also gave her a chance in the home she built with her husband. It was a thing of pain and sorrow. It was a thing of unimaginable in the life of Nora. Nora didn't even know where to start from. She has left her job. The business that she's running is very, very small, and customers are yet to know her very well. Everything turned very hard for Nora. and Nora was able to push through the pregnancy, and the story continues.